What's up, Taiwan? I'm Ethan Liu with 10 minutes of news from here in Taiwan and around the world. U.S. mobile chip maker Qualcomm is laying off hundreds of staff in Taiwan and China. That's according to a Nikkei Asia report, which cited employee posts on social media and a company document. The report said staff across Qualcomm's operations in the two countries will be affected. The move comes as demand for smartphones has waned in recent months, with a nearly 5% annual drop in shipments expected in 2023. Qualcomm's revenue fell by 23% in the last quarter, while net income was down by more than 50%. Are young people taking all the seats on the metro? Laura Stewart takes a look at an issue dividing younger and older generations in Taiwan.
It's rush hour in Taipei. Almost 8 million people take the metro here every day. But there aren't enough seats for those who need them most. A recent post on social media by feminist author Li Ang said that young people in priority seats refused to let her sit down. The 71-year-old says it's a widespread issue, but it's also highlighting a deeper problem related to Taiwan's aging population, generational divides.
And in Taiwan, in the past, young people were labeled a weak strawberry generation. They were soft, unlike their boomer parents. So there's this kind of similar discourse of disenfranchisement sometimes regarding the elderly, with particularly young people entering politics, for example.
And with resources short, some people say even young people are not getting the support they need.
我觉得是少数，台湾的年轻人应该也都是很自律。年轻人有他的难处，每个人都有难处啊，所以有时候这个就是要说清楚。
By law, every MRT train must have priority seating for elderly, pregnant and disabled passengers. But the designation means some people are afraid to sit down even if they need to. One solution could be having more trains or more seats on those trains.
And so it's a matter of how to arrange public space or to ensure that kind of people work out in a way that divides space equally on public transport. And
the Taipei Metro Company says they are using adverts and billboards to encourage people to respectfully communicate their needs to each other.
北捷也有一句标语叫做 #也许他有需要，只是你不知道。我想彼此尊重、相互体谅、彼此沟通，这是台北捷运文化的重要成分。
But how to encourage this communication remains an issue. Other countries also provide badges and stickers for people who might not feel comfortable asking for a seat. As Taiwan society continues to rapidly age, it needs to do more to ensure that older people can take public transportation safely and that respect between older and younger generations is maintained. Joseph Wu and Laurel Stewart in Taipei for TaiwanPlus.
Taiwan's government is tweaking tax rates in a bid to fight property hoarding. The cabinet wants to lower tax rates for owner-occupied units from 1.2% to just 1%. At the same time, it will raise rates for non-owner-occupied properties from the maximum of 3.6% to 4.8%. The new rates will apply across the country. Currently, local governments can decide their own rates. The proposal is part of efforts to get more housing units on the market, as prices remain too high for most people to afford. But some analysts say the move won't have the desired effect.
所以你说囤房税吗？没有，它是降税法案。所以政府推了一个降税法案，你觉得对房价有帮助吗？没有帮助。所以这一次呢，政府在打假球。
Taiwan's outlying island Kinmen is facing a threat of an invasive bird, Peafowl. Our reporter Sandy Chi heads to the island to understand the situation.
In the part of Taiwan that sits closest to China, a stunning sight. These are the peafowl of Kinmen County. Originating in India, the elegant-looking birds were not seen on the islands until 1995. That year, the government imported them to give Kinmen a bit more beauty and color. Little did they know they would one day be considered an invasive species.
金门大概有152平方公里。那如果我们用目前有1500只了，最简单的算法，也就是说平均1平方公里里面有10只，数量是密度是很高的。
In 1999, 14 of these peafowls escaped from a livestock research institute in Kinmen because of a typhoon that destroyed their cage. Since then, they began breeding freely across the islands, causing a lot of problems for local people and local animals.
The boom in the birds' numbers has endangered Jingmen's local ecology. Peafowl are omnivores, so besides eating potatoes and other crops, they also feed on small birds, frogs, snakes and lizards. And they're so fast and alert, even stray dogs and Burmese pythons can't catch them. The peafowl cause even more problems during their breeding season, which lasts from April to August each year. They make a lot of noise, which affects quality of life on the island, especially at night.
然后呢，孔雀如果在你家屋顶上，栖息地在你家的屋顶，它每一天叫的声音，像婴儿的吵闹的声音，那你怎么睡？
To resolve some of the issues caused by the birds, officials have been trying to control their population. The government has begun culling peafowl with the help of locals and a licensed hunter. Over 200 are expected to be removed from the wild this year.
我大概移除了，大概做这个移除工作大概有5年了，整整5年的时间。那今年的数量特别多，大量移除孔雀，我们是把它经过验收以后送到防疫所去焚化。
Despite the problems the birds have caused for locals, they say the peafowl have also brought some benefits.
孔雀可以吸引观光客，你有这个孔雀，而且数量这么多，自然而然人家就会想来看。
Some locals have also begun creating new dishes made with peafowl meat.
因为这个食材比较稀有啊，然后再来是这个食材只有在金门才有哦，然后所以我们就想要试着研发看看，然后增加话题性哦。
Conservationists are now looking to balance the harm these invasive birds cause with the advantages they bring. Local hunter Lee says he's working with other animal protection organizations to establish an enclosed area just for peafowl. Though still in the planning stages, he hopes it can be one solution to Jingmen's peafowl dilemma. Alex Chen and Sunny Chi for TaiwanPlus.
3 gas-fired generators are set to replace 4 coal-powered units in central Taiwan. The Taiwan Power Company, or Taipower, says the new generators in Taichung will be up and running in 2025 and 2026, respectively. Taichung is home to one of the largest coal-fired power plants in the world. The switch is part of efforts to clean up the area's polluted air and reduce carbon emissions. Natural gas is considered a cleaner energy source than coal, but is still a major contributor to climate change. The sea goddess Matsu is making a rare visit to one of Taiwan's more remote corners. Harel Hugh has more.
This is Matsu, the patron deity of seafarers. She's widely worshipped in Taiwan, southern China, and Southeast Asia. Green Island, which lies off Taiwan's southeast coast, is holding a 3-day festival in partnership with a prominent Matsu temple in Jiayi in central Taiwan. This is the first time in 300 years for Green Island to hold a Matsu festival. An event had been planned back in 2020 but was postponed because of the COVID-19 pandemic. Now 3 years later, local fishers mobilized 30 boats to escort the sea goddess. And around 1,000 Matsu worshippers have also made the trip from Fengtian Temple. The temple's organizers have brought 3 Matsu statues that will proceed around the island over 3 days. Elsewhere in Taiwan, another Matsu festival is taking place off the coast of Ilan in the country's northeast. This event will feature a flotilla of more than 100 boats, including a 400-ton Coast Guard ship. Patrick Chen, Sam Hui, and Harel Hughes for TaiwanPlus.
Thank you for watching What's Up Taiwan. Remember to download the TaiwanPlus app for more stories from Taiwan and around the world. Finally, we leave you with images of people playing a centuries-old sport in Afghanistan. These writers are trying to preserve the ancient tradition. I'm Ethan. Take care, and I'll see you next time.